Even now, this world is full of people. There are so many, and yet they all fit into two neatly defined categories. I have this idea about all that. The concept is constantly turning over in my mind. And I want you to help me refine it. But first, I need to ask you something, man to man. When you look upon a beautiful woman, tell me, where do your eyes fall? Ah, so young. It is the legs. True passion is in the legs, covered by the thin fabric of knee socks. That absolute zone, the perfect hint of bare thigh between socks and the hem of the skirt. Like rosy-fingered dawn spreading her rays on the horizon. Pure, unfettered perfection. Isn't it lovely? Then it's settled. I'll find us a perfect example. We'll all go on a mission. You'll witness the Holy Grail. Tell me something. How do you feel about older women? And men, I guess. When I was still a kid, it seemed like anyone over 20 was instantly old, past their prime. But life is longer than that, my friend. And as you live, you grow and change, like I have. Knee socks teach us that it's better to keep some things hidden. When things stay unseen, it spurs the imagination to run wild and free. My new desire is to see all that lovely skin covered up. After all, imagination is proof of life. The soft lines of a body hidden beneath tight cloth, only a glimpse of skin. It's marvelous. Then it's settled. I'll find us another example of beauty. Be prepared, for this is the true Holy Grail. Tell me, do you enjoy sushi? It's simple. Rice and a topping, nothing more. I feel that minimalism is key. It was a flash of inspiration. Such simplicity is a gift to be cherished. Come now. You know as well as I that distraction leads you to the greatest finds. This newest desire is rather simple. Bare legs. Legs are naturally wonderful on their own. I want to feel that glorious thrill that can only come from legs unhindered. Then it's settled. Don't you worry. I'll find an exemplar of such beauty. Our quest for the Grail nears its end. We've been searching for the Grail for a long time, you and I. I think I finally understand. Do you remember the very beginning? When I asked what part of a woman you look at? You said the chest, and I laughed. I said you were young. But something's been on my mind. I'm so sorry. I beg your forgiveness. Friend, it is the chest. I finally understand. A true woman doesn't need particular clothing. It was you. You're the one who showed me the way. They say that homecoming is a journey's end, and our quest has brought us safely back here. I never expected that this was the end game. Now we return to the truth, the promised land. Won't you join me? Of course! It won't be easy to find a paragon of perfect proportions, but I will. I swear to you! I've gone back to basics on this one. It's not about embellishment, it's about honesty. It wasn't easy to find a perfect candidate, even with all my connections. I felt so lost. But then, she appeared before me, like a gift from the gods themselves. Cannon, come forth! I stumbled into her on my way here. Isn't she just perfect?
Haru? Don't you think it's just a little tight?
It's perfect. I cut back on fabric to inspire your gifts to rise to the challenge.
Ah, right, of course. Huh? Instructor, why are you here? The Promised Land?
Come, we must test this design to see its glorious beauty in action.
Okay, if you think so, let's go.
Hey, Mon Capitan. I got a favor to ask. Starting today, we're gonna collect some new materials. That's right, it's God Arc overhaul time. Basically, every Fenrir branch has all kinds of ownerless, unattuned God Arcs just sort of lying around. Most of them want to be in the action, so they require a special touch to keep them dormant. I'm talking materials, man. But of course, you're 95% awesome by volume, so the items on your shopping list are a little more challenging. You know, sometimes I just browse the God Arc database. I find user preferences, fascinating. So, I got a question for you. When you gaze upon a God Arc, tell me, where do your eyes fall? So young. Yeah, that's an important element when it comes to winning fights. So let me do a little rephrasing. What part do you think is most attractive? You know, to an engineer. Ah, the chest. Oh, Captain, you are indeed a connoisseur. You see, it's the curve of the spine, the toned muscle of the back of the blade that truly gives it such power. Specialized strengths. People get so hung up on the edge. It's flashy and it's sharp, but without support, that blade is nothing. The finest God Eaters, the truly great, do see things with a different eye. Thank you. Thank you. Do any other parts draw your gaze? Entrance you? Now, there is a place that I am rather fond of. Oh, I've spent many an hour musing on it. The legs? Oh, Captain, you are most discerning. Like a sommelier of God Arc vintages. The parts that join the flesh of God Arc, that make it a God Arc, those little connections that facilitate transformation. In the early days of God Arcs, we're talking like classics. The way the legs were constructed was critical. And now, with all the new type God Arcs, nothing beats a fine set of legs. Do any other parts draw your gaze? Entrance you? Now, there is a place that I am rather fond of. Oh, I've spent many an hour musing on it.
Hey, Mon Capitan. It's almost time to go. What are you two chatting about, huh? Having fun?
Just discussing the merits of anatomy. You know, the chest, the legs, that sort of thing.
Oh, so young. You're still focused on that level. I miss those halcyon days.
Wait, what?
So very, very young. I was once like you. The only thoughts in my head were of bust lines and leggings. Things were simpler then. And I am man enough to admit that I was once so easily led astray. But all of that, my little apprentices of appraisingness, is a thing of the past.
Really? Well, what are you into now, Haru? Come on, man, you gotta tell me.
The neck.
The neck? The neck! The end of a God Arc's handle. The one people so crudely toss away as though it's nothing. The grip. The disdain.
That's right, little brother. The neck is where everything comes together. Or perhaps it is where everything begins. Its thickness, length, subtle curves. Yes! These alone determine the beauty of an entire silhouette against a moonlit night.
Of course, of course. How could I have been so blind? Yet now, it's as if the sky is open above and the purifying rain falls.
Don't beat yourself up, kid. It's a long road to maturity. Good thing you've got me to guide you on the way. You've taken yet another step on your quest, on your journey towards the Grail. What an auspicious omen to begin a mission!